figure stuff out. See how my camera works and all that. But I just basically want to bring whoever wants to watch this info on football in general, college, NFL, and during the off season, other sports. A few things about me. My name is DJ. Also Diego. I go by DJ. I'm a huge Miami Hurricanes fan, but I'm attending the University of Oregon, so I will be giving tons of information on both those teams. I am a Denver Broncos fan, as well as a Miami Heat fan, and a Florida Panthers fan. So, today I want to discuss Week 1. So, Week 0 of the college football season was kind of crazy, given that Florida State did end up losing that game to Georgia Tech. And so, I think this week will be another week that will have a couple upsets. Currently, NDSU is playing against Colorado at the time of recording, and I see Colorado pulling out this win, but this shows that Colorado still has time, and Shedeur Sanders cannot be their guy because they can't do it this year. They're not a good enough program yet to make even a playoff run, or even contend for a Big 12 championship. For any, I would be surprised if Colorado makes a bowl this year. Going into a way tougher conference, I don't know. I really can't see it. Now on to probably the biggest game of the week, Clemson and Georgia. So, we see Carson Beck facing up against Cade Klubnik. This game is in Atlanta. The Chick-fil-A kickoff. And I do think Georgia's going to come out with a W on here. Georgia is by far the best team in the country, especially after Michigan, Alabama, Washington. So many teams, those top teams from last year lost so many players to the draft as well as the transfer portal that I think that Carson Beck, especially with the addition now of a new threat in Cole Young, will be able to win this game. Even though Cade Klubnik, I do think is a very talented quarterback, but I'm not sure if he could pull it off. Next big game I'm going to be talking about is Texas A&M versus Notre Dame. Now, A&M in the past couple of years has struggled. I'm not going to say it's really struggled to Miami levels, which is barely making a bowl or making a bowl or missing out on the bowl. But they haven't been how people have expected them to be. People have expected they should have been the top 15 teams both those years with their talent, and they could not do anything with it. Now the Irish are in a similar boat, always having a lot of talent on that team and throwing it away. They did pick up Riley Leonard from Duke, who last year had an amazing performance. And I do think in the quarterback department, Notre Dame is better in this situation. Now, onto my two games. The Oregon Ducks versus the Idaho Vandals and the Miami Hurricanes versus the Florida Gators. We'll start off with the Oregon Ducks. This is going to be a simple game. This is easy. We're going to bring out Dante Moore into this game. That should say enough. For those of you who don't know, Dante Moore is our backup quarterback. Dylan Gabriel's going to absolutely dot up the Vandals offense. I mean, I cannot see this game not being a blowout in Oregon's favor. Oregon's the top 3 team in the country. Probably the best offense in the country. And going up against an FCS school week 1 at home at Autzen, that I cannot see Idaho. First of all, almost impossible for Idaho to win that game. But I can't see Idaho not stopping that offense, that high-powered offense with Tez Johnson on that side of the ball. This Oregon's offense is going to be difficult to play against. Very difficult. So I see the Oregon Ducks taking a W here. Now, to a game that I am actually going to. I'm leaving to Gainesville soon, so I have to kind of record this quick. The Miami Hurricanes versus the Florida Gators. Now, this game is going to be tough for both teams. As always, it's a rivalry game, so always going to be different. Like we saw last year, Miami versus FSU. They're always tough games. We saw Florida State versus Florida. Rivalry games always have so much more meaning, and it doesn't matter what rank you are, who's the better team. It comes down to who wants it most at the end of the day. Who wants that rivalry win most? Who wants those bragging rights for a year? So I think the Swamp is going to be a very, very hard environment for the Gators to play in, or the Hurricanes to play in, and big advantage towards the Gators. I am not quite sure on the forecast. I'm pretty sure it's going to be sunny. Miami brought in what most people would say was the top transfer portal quarterback in Cam Ward, between him and Dylan Gabriel. And he has said that he thinks, from the words himself, he thinks that the O-line is going to allow Miami to win a lot of football games. And honestly, that's true. For Miami to win this game, they need to win the trenches. That O-line and D-line with Ruben Hurricane Bang and Mauanoa on the offensive side, they have to be great in order to beat Florida. Florida is a not pushover team against a rivalry game, and so Miami will have a tough one for this one, but I think they pull out a W in this one. Now I'm gonna put score predictions on every single game I have talked about, besides the NDSU Colorado game. Georgia Clemson. I think Georgia will play similarly to how they played last year in the Orange Bowl against Florida State. They will destroy Clemson. Clemson might have a couple points, but Clemson doesn't stand a chance. Georgia wins it 42-17. Notre Dame, Texas A&M is going to be a little bit more of a closer game, I expect, because that Texas A&M's defense is a little bit scary, and I'm not sure how Riley Letterman will do in this new Notre Dame offense. I'm going to go Notre Dame 30. I'll say Texas A&M 21. Oregon versus Idaho. This one I'm just going to flat out say it. Oregon 77, Idaho 3. It could be a blowout game, and I could completely see that. This Oregon team is going to put up points against this Idaho team. And finally, University of Miami in the rivalry game at the Swamp versus the University of Florida Gators. As I said, I see Miami taking the W here with a final score of the Gators 27, Hurricanes 35. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be posting weekly. The background will change as I work on things. I'll be moving into my dorm. Hopefully camera quality gets better, and over time with me getting used to this video editing and all of that will get better. So thank you guys very much for watching.